Hey guys, Mike Stearns with Ascend Digital Agency. So should you hire an external company to train your staff to do things like run social media ads, to do SEO, content development? The answer is it could be a very profitable and worthwhile experience, or it could be a complete waste of money. We're gonna talk about that right now. So over the years, I've gotten a lot of mixed feedback as far as the value that's associated with roofers in particular who have decided to bring in an external team to help train themselves or their team to tackle these tasks. So there's undoubtedly value to getting your brand and messaging consistently in front of your target audience, to be perceived in the way that you want consumers and potential customers to perceive your brand, and things like Google to obviously be ranking higher and get that exposure, that traffic, and at times down the road leads as a result of things like SEO. So why is there a discrepancy between contractor A and B who has done this, to where contractor A has had great success and couldn't speak more highly of an external company, and company B, contractor B, who had a less than desirable experience? So what's important to understand is you have to be aware of your company and whom is going to be tasked with taking this information and executing it. So for instance, I have someone who I work with now who I didn't work with at the time, but a few years back they decided to hire an external company to train himself on social media ads. And that's great. Making an effort to improve the company, improve his brand awareness, and ultimately acquire more leads is a really good thing. What made it unsuccessful was the fact that he's running a business. So while he has all the ammunition after being taught how to execute an effective ad strategy for his roofing company, he simply doesn't have the time to do the things that he was taught in order to get the results that he wanted. So it didn't necessarily pan out the way he wanted it to, and it wasn't anything that the external company did, right? They had a proven model that works well for their customers. It was more so on the contractor of not having somebody within his team in place that could consistently create the ads, tweak them, monitor engagement, swap out assets to make sure that there's not ad fatigue going on with the audience that's being targeted. Fast forward a couple years down the road, he engaged with another company to really accomplish the same thing and has had great success in doing so. The big difference is he brought in an administrative assistant who then took in all the information being taught, was very engaged with the course and with the teachers, and effectively executed the strategy the way that it was intended to be launched and maintained. And they've had great success as a result of that. So it's very important to understand where you're at with your company, who you have on staff. Do you have somebody that you can trust to ultimately do the things they're being taught? Do you believe that they're there for the long haul? Because there'd be nothing more frustrating than, training an administrative assistant to execute a strategy and for them to leave after 3 months, because there's a pretty steep learning curve with some of this stuff, right? So making sure that you have somebody that's going to be there with you for the foreseeable future, it's an investment into them as much as it is an investment in your brand. So that's just one particular instance as it relates to exclusively Facebook, right? But the same would apply to really any other facet of your business that you're bringing somebody externally in to train your internal team. Think of it kind of in the vein of what you would think of a CRM. A CRM can be incredibly valuable for your company. It can help you track things as far as leads, lead sources, sales, margins, closing percentages by sales reps. But that CRM is only going to be as good as the data that you and your team put into it that you can then leverage to run reports and to come to these conclusions with. So if you're considering hiring or sourcing out this work or bringing in an external team to train your internal team, be sure that either way that you have a clear understanding of where you are, where you want to be, and what the roadmap to get there looks like. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. We look forward to talking again soon.